Yeah, in this video, I want to talk about Dave Batista, one of my favorite WWE superstars in the history of the WWE. I put him as my favorite. I would say my favorite is The Rock, Stone Cold, and Batista. Now, Batista came onto the scene in back in 2002 with Reverend Devon, and he transitioned to Evolution, and the WWE gave him the ball in 2005, and Dave Batista ran with the ball. This dude was awesome. His theme song music, I Walk Alone. I remember just going back, just being a Dave Batista fan was so great. Bring back so many memories, like when he was feuding with King Booker and Triple H. I really loved the Hell in a Cell match with Batista and Triple H. It just reminds you of the old days, WWE was good, and I was looking at a return when he came back in 2006 and how the fans reacted toward Dave when he came back in 2006 off of that injury. And going back to now, when he came back in January, the fans act like they forgot about Dave Batista. I never forgot about Dave Batista. All his whole career, the dude has done a lot, and Batista said in his DVD that he left because he wasn't pleased with the WWE direction to turn it PG. I agree with him. I agree with Dave about them going PG, and him trying to transition back into a superstar, but getting a lot older, it takes away from your in-ring work. And in the beginning, when he came back, his in-ring style was not good. I gotta admit that. The fans is kind of hard on him, booing him out of the Royal Rumble, saying that Daniel Bryan should have been the WWE Royal Rumble winner. And Dave Batista looked at that and said, look, I've done a lot for this company. Just because Daniel Bryan is over with the crowd don't mean you got to throw my whole resume in the garbage. That's why I took it personally. I took it personally because the fans sit there and act like you never seen this guy. You never seen, just because the WWE is PG. It was once upon a time where we had good WWE, and Dave Batista put it on the map. World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion. I think he was the Intercontinental Champion, I think, one time in his career. Evolution. Defeating superstars like The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell. Beating up Triple H's ass in Hell in a Cell. Going through SmackDown. He ran through SmackDown. He was feuding with JBL and stuff like that. And Dave did a lot of things for the WWE. He was in the main event all the time, And I always think he was better than Cena anyway. So the fans act like they just didn't know who he was when he first came back. Like, who is this guy? Who is this guy in front of us? This is Dave Batista. He's gotten a lot older in his life. Went to MMA. Didn't want to work out. He came back, and the fans gave him such a bitch ass reception. And I understand he's not a PG wrestler. I always thought that Dave Batista should have came back in 2012. That would have been the right time for him. Maybe fans would have kind of sort of related to him a lot better if he had came back in 2012. See, I wanted him to come back in 2011 when they had that 40-man Royal Rumble match. I thought that would have been a perfect time for Dave to make his return. But he had other things. He had to take a break, like all people have to take a break from stuff. Like all people have to take a break from things in their life. But it still don't mean that the fans can just throw his whole career in the garbage. I got to see Dave Batista back in 2006. I went to a house show, and Batista, I had front row seats, and I was sitting down there, and him and Eddie Guerrero had walked right past me, And Batista had shook my hand. I was right there by the entrance gate, and that was the last time that I got to see Eddie Guerrero and alive, because it was an event in St. Louis, a SmackDown house show. It was Eddie Guerrero against Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship. And I had took a picture of Eddie Guerrero, got a close-up picture of him and Batista walking to the backstage area. And then like 2 weeks later, Eddie was dead. And I still have that picture too. That was one of the pictures that I cherish. I went to that SmackDown house show and it was good. Back in 2000, I think it was 2005. Yeah, but I never turned my back on Dave. I enjoyed his whole career. I was excited when he came back, and one of the reasons why I was excited when he came back because I thought we was gonna at least have the animal that we did before. I was. When they first announced it, I was like, yes, Dave is coming back. What is this going to be like? And then I thought, wait a minute. We in a different era. We in a different WWE. We not in the same WWE that we had before. And some people don't realize this shit used to be good. The WWE put restrictions on Dave, and we're not going to be able to get the same Dave Batista that we got. That's gone. The way he used to act, his presence in the ring, the way he used to do, that's never going to come back, because the WWE don't work that way anymore. That's just the way they is. They don't work that way. And, and Dave Batista wants to be the man. He wanted to be the man in 2005 when he won the World Heavyweight Championship from Triple H. He wanted to be the man when King Booker had his World Heavyweight Champion parading around SmackDown with his belt. Batista said, look, Booker, I'm coming back, and I'm going to reclaim my title. That's who Batista was. And he fought all the way to the Survivor Series 06, and he got it. And this is a new generation. And they're not going to perceive him like they did before. They're not going to give Batista the ball and let him run with that. But going back to 05 and 06 and 07 and half of 08, Batista was the superstar that I claimed to be my favorite. It was fun being a WWE fan then. It was one point in my life where I could see her that fucking cuss Cena out now. But I gotta admit though, it was one point in my life where I actually liked the Cena. Back when I was like a real hardcore WWE fan, before I even learned how the ins and outs of professional wrestling, before I came on the internet and started hearing all these rumors and spoilers and all that stuff, I was a fan of Cena because I can say this, but like when John Cena came back at Royal Rumble 08, I did not sit there and say "fuck you, Cena." I gave him an ovation. Back when he was got drafted to Raw, I was there that night when he got drafted to Raw, and I popped for him. But it's just the fact that he sucked now, and this video is not about Cena, it's about Batista. Batista, I think that the fans treated him wrong. He even said it in his video that he was hurt about that. Like, why throw my whole career? Why don't you guys know who I am? I'm Dave Batista. I am the animal. I'm the man who won World Heavyweight Championships, who was winning them, and y'all was cheering me then. Why now? Just because y'all want Daniel Bryan in the main event, Daniel Bryan has not done the stuff that Dave Batista would do, and never will be able to live up to Batista's whole career. He's not stepped in the Hell in a Cell with The Undertaker. He's not stepped in the Hell in a Cell with Triple H. He's not won multiple World Heavyweight Championships like Batista has. And I like Daniel Bryan, and I feel sorry for him. But he'll never be able to be Dave Batista. Batista's older now, and the sky's the limit for him. I don't know how long he's gonna stick around, but he's been doing good with the Evolution thing. And I'm not gonna judge what he doing now based